Bloomberg Audio Studios.
Podcasts, radio, news.
For more on the auto outlook and the EV outlook, I'm pleased to say we're joined now by Hyundai North American CEO and Global COO, José Muñoz, as well as Bloomberg's own Matt Miller, our resident car guy. Let's kick off this conversation with what's going on at your Georgia plant. Bloomberg reported in April that Hyundai is going to spend more at that plant to produce more hybrid vehicles. Are you still betting that it's going to be the full battery EVs that are going to dominate?
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. It's good to see you, Matt. Well, we are still very confident, and I was visiting our plant in Savannah last week, and I'm happy to report that we'll be able to produce 3 months ahead of schedule. So by October this year, we will start producing our very popular Ioniq 5. So I think that's great. We're very confident. And then, as I've said many times, we continue to double down on our bet for electrification, and we're happy to continue with that. To your question about the hybrid, we've also seen that the evolution of EV sales in the industry may be not as fast as everybody expected or as the regulation would expect. And then we have seen also that a number of consumers are betting for maybe alternative fuel types beyond ICE, like hybrids and plug-in hybrids. And that's why we have decided that in our plant in Savannah, we're going to produce also hybrid vehicles. This is going to imply, of course, an increase on investment, but we believe is needed. And we are very happy to see the reaction of our dealers and our stakeholders as we have announced that.
Is the Ioniq 5, by the way, great to see you as well, Jose. The Ioniq 5N hit the market, wowing a lot of people with the sort of ICE emulation and sporty performance. Is that thing sold out already? I mean, what are the orders looking like for that?
Well, Ioniq 5N is unbelievable. I think the few journalists like you, Matt, know really what this car can do. It's more than 640 horsepower. It just made it to the Performance Car of the Year in the World Car event that took place in New York in April. And this is only after 2 years earlier, the Ioniq 5 became World Car of the Year, EV Car of the Year, and Design EV Car of the Year. I think this is one of the few cars that could race you in one of your motorcycles and beat you. But then I'll leave it to an opportunity in the future.
I look forward to it, Jose. Listen, the price tag continues to get higher as these cars gain popularity with consumers. Obviously, the Ioniq has done well. This one costs, I think, north of $65,000. And the Genesis product is doing so well that you're able to take more price there. Do you see that power increasing even as it's falling for your competitors?
Well, we really do see the power increasing. So we really believe that the future is going to be electric. So it's not a matter of if, but when. If you go to Europe, I think there is about a 20% mix of EVs. You go to other regions like China, it's about 30%. We are stable in the United States, about 8%. But in our case, we continue to do very well. This year to date, we have increased our sales of EVs by more than 50%. And last year, we doubled our sales of EVs. So if anything, those vehicles are helping our company to position themselves in a better place. So in fact, in the United States as a group, we are number 3 on retail sales. But on EV sales, we're number 2, only behind Tesla. So we are confident. But to your point about affordability, what we have seen is that if you compare the prices to 2 years ago, the prices have gone down about $15,000 in average. But some OEMs, including us, or in our case, taking the lead, we're bringing new high-performance versions that the consumers like. I think we're working also on trying to bring the prices down so that it is not only a matter of performance, but also affordability and convenience, plus charging infrastructure, etc. But that's where we are. That's what we want to do.
And Jose, I want to talk a little bit more about your Genesis brand. And full disclosure, I actually drive a Genesis, but even outside of myself, I'm seeing more and more of them on the road, on the highways. And I'm curious, who are you positioned to be taking share from? Are you going up against Mercedes, BMWs, for example?
Well, first and foremost, I agree with you. So I think we've done quite well. And in the last 9 years that we've been in the market, we've more than increased our volume 8x, right? And then we continue to grow. We are outpacing the market. I think the market on luxury is about flat. We're growing more than 3%, driven by our SUVs mainly. So the GV80, the GV70 that we produce in the United States, including an EV, they are the ones that are doing the best job for us. But also, you know, the sedans that we bring to the market. So we're very pleased. And in fact, we have started now to have exclusive dealers to about 35 so far. And we want to take this number to about 100, hopefully in about 1 year or so. And as we increase the number of exclusive dealers and we continue to bring new products, like right now we're about to launch the GV80 Coupe, we see the sales growing strongly, the dealers making good profits step by step, and we're creating the brand. So our main competitors are luxury competitors. And then in the EV field, of course, you have Tesla. But in the other technologies, the German three, so Mercedes, BMW, and Audi are our reference. So we are still behind, but we're working hard. And then the way we made it today, I think, has been faster than most of our competitors before.
I talked to some Bloomberg intelligence analysts who say part of the key to your success is your strong relationship with the dealer network. I have a lot of dealer friends who are angry at, domestic automakers when they talk about ADMs and talk about selling directly to consumers, but dealers are all happy to sell Hyundais, Kias, Genesis. How do you keep that relationship strong even in the bad times?
Well, that's really a key success factor. You said it better. So we praise our dealers and particularly the members of the dealer advisory board on both Genesis and Hyundai because they've been with the brand for many years now and they've seen the evolution of the brand. And at this moment, they're very supportive of the strategy that our executive chair, Mr. Chang, established for the global operations. And then one of the things that we do is that we meet on a regular basis in person. And then we genuinely listen with good intention, and I can tell you that because the results have been better, because we were able to implement the strategies that the dealers gave us good ideas about, etc., the dealers are happier than ever before. They're making more money, and they are investing. So ultimately, the chairman of the Genesis Retailer Advisory Board, Kevin Riley from DC, he told me recently, it's not a matter of the different surveys or what they can tell you. When you see the dealers are putting their money in your brand, investing in facilities which are exclusive, this is when you know you're doing something right. And then I could say the same thing with Andy Wright, who is the chairman of the advisory board for Hyundai, which is also one of our best performing dealers, investing, etc., etc. We continue to have a dialogue, listening to them and trying to work together as a team.
All right, Jose, unfortunately, we have to leave it there. Hope to speak to you again soon. Our thanks, of course, to Hyundai North America's CEO and global COO, José Muñoz, and, of course, our own Bloomberg's car guy, Matt Miller.